Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Green, and this is the Mr. Green Family and Finance Show. I have a great show for you today. I'm going to start out with a question. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you as an investor? I'm going to tell you, you really need to know who you are because there is a financial season for everyone. I'm telling you this, there's a financial season for everyone. Let me put context to this. Are you driving as an investor? Are you demanding? Are you persuasive in regards to networking and communicating? Are you predictable? Are you passive? Do you need a system to work with? I tell you, there is a market for you in regards to investments. And if you think about it, the market is made up of market participants. It's really one of the places where you can really see the different personalities in large groups work in action of how people react to different things, how people react to fear, how people react to greed, right? But there's a market for you because those different personalities drive different markets at different times. And at those different times, I consider that your season. And it's really meant for everyone to participate and everyone win if they know who they are, right? So let's just take a look at this chart. And I wanted to put the Bitcoin chart up today, but I'm just going to just have a chart in general and we can look at it, the different personality types and how they think. And the reason why it's important for the different personality types, because it's really how we as individuals perceive risk, right? You know, we're risk-averse individuals. Naturally, we perceive risk differently, especially when it comes to money, right? We have fears, we have anxieties, we have greed, we have all these different emotions that come into effect when it comes to our money. So the question is, how do we deal with those things? How do we deal with the fear and the greed and all those different emotions? And, a lot of times people think money is an external thing, but it's really internal, right? It's how we feel about certain things. It's from our experiences, how we were able to do certain things financially. We may have been hurt financially in the past, and we take that forward with us. But that's why it's so important to know who you are, really to have an idea of who you are as an investor. So let's look at this chart, right? For example, some people may have a higher risk tolerance to others, and they may be forceful and demanding and want things now, right? And they're willing to take a little bit more risk than some others. So they may start here, right? They may see an investment and they may see this thing early on. And they said, man, this has the potential and I want to get into it now, right? But there's always a risk that if they get in here, that it will go down here. It doesn't always end up here. Or there's a length of time between starting right here and going up here. Or we have somebody who's a great networker, works with a lot of people, and has an opportunity to see something, right? See something, they may have communicated with the person who is willing to take a little bit more risk, and they network with that individual, and they may say, hey, look at this, check this out right here. This is what I see. Wow. And they discuss that within their group. They network. They have a lot of people around them. They're able to gather information, and maybe they get right here on a particular investment. They didn't get right here, but they did see it, and through their network, they found out about something, and they got hit in it here, which is great, right? But then, everyone's positive about it, and it stays positive. But then, the investment decides to starts to lose a little bit of money, right? And people, you get undecisive. Well, you don't know if it's going to go all the way back down to here, or you don't know if it's going to go up here. There's a market for indecisive people. You get an opportunity if you're a little bit more risk averse, but you still like to take a little bit of risk, you can get into this market here and accumulate. Maybe you didn't get it down here, and everybody always wants to know, oh man, I want to get it right here, and I wanted to go from 10 to 100. Everybody wants that, but only a few people are able to do that, right? But if you're at the end of the tail, which is me, I'm a little bit more risk averse than most, you can still win. You may not get this go from 10 to 40, but if I go to 30 to 50, that's still a nice gain, right? And then, maybe it goes back here, right? And it goes down here. And you say, you may be a type of investor that's totally risk averse. I say, hey, it's way too high. I'm not paying that amount. And it doesn't matter what asset class we're discussing. It could be real estate, it could be stocks, it could be commodities, it could be a business. Some people like to start a business from the ground up. Some people like to buy a franchise. Right? These financial markets are made for you to win, no matter who you are. You just if you're not the person who can start from the ground up, you probably need to either team up with that person, and maybe you supply that person with capital, or you may need to say, hey, I'm not going to start from the ground up. I'm going to get a franchise business, and we're going to start there, or a business that's for sale. We'll start there. Somebody's retiring, they're looking to sell their business, or getting in investments. I'm gonna wait till it's been around for a little while. I'm not going to get in right now. I'm going to wait till it's been around for a little while. Like I said, or you can get with the person down here and say, tell me what you see. And build that relationship. But getting to that but it's not only about who you are as an investor, because remember, the markets are made for everybody to win. Is who are the other players around you? Like, when is their season? Right? And how are they able to operate in their season, and how you're able to partner with them so you can participate in their season also. Right? And not only participate, because it's not all about you. We often, and that was my fault. That was my perspective that I had during the crash in COVID. Not that you ever want to take an opportunity, to investment, but I mean, it's just the way the markets work. Sometimes they're up, sometimes they go down, in regards to what goes on. So you have to take that opportunity, and if you feel comfortable, and if you don't feel comfortable, you need to team up with someone else that can assist you. So, you may be a person that likes to team up, that likes to work with other people. Maybe you don't want to take the lead, or maybe you can take the lead, but you need some other people around you to be successful. You really have to know who you are. I mean, with this market system, or called capitalism, is really built on team. It's not built on solo. Like, you can only get so far being solo. And this reminds me, I remember maybe about 10 years ago, well, longer than 10 years, probably 20 years. I remember the owner, Bob Johnson, came and had a presentation he did in Baltimore. And I never forget this, what he said. He said, man, I was successful. And Bob Johnson's a billionaire. If you don't know, he's who started BET. He started BET from the ground up and built it to $1 billion business, right? I mean, sold it for $1 billion. I remember the day. And then he bought the basketball team, the Charlotte Bobcats. I think it's Michael Jordan ended up buying a team from him. But he always remembers, he said, and I was like, I didn't understand why he said this, but now I understand. But he said, man, if I had a chance to do it all over again, I wouldn't have tried to build BET by myself. I could have done this a lot easier and had a lot less stress if I would have had more people to work with me instead of trying to do everything myself. And man, I did not understand. Like, you made $1 billion. Why are you worried about how what you should have done? Right. And the reason why he said this is because I think and this is just my perspective, I think he understands that there are different financial seasons for different personalities. And if you're just one personality, you get an opportunity to miss out on the other seasons. So financially, it's really about the team. I mean, you can only get so far individually, but it's about developing that team. Who are you networking with? And that's something, I'm an introvert, I don't, I'm definitely, I'm in sales. So it has helped me in regards to, opening up, meeting people. But naturally, I'm an introvert. I'll stay to myself. I can be by myself, but in doing that, I missed out. I missed out. And I mean, I did well in Bank of America, but Tesla, Apple, Facebook, all those stocks, I mean, probably blew Bank of America, out of the water in regards to returns. So you have to be open. You have to understand the other people that are out here or the other personalities in the game. And you need to talk with them. You need to network with them. You need to find out what they're doing, And I'm not saying that you want to go totally out your comfort zone. So when you find out who you are, that's your foundation. That's how you build your foundation on your business, on your investments. If it's real estate, whatever you're putting your money in, that's the foundation when you find out who you are, right? But then after you find out who you are, you need to know who are the other players, who are the other personalities in the marketplace, and when is their financial season coming so you can participate. Because a lot of times, if you don't participate, then that's when you go out of business, or that's when your investments go bad, because you think that the market is just going to keep on doing what is done in the past and what has made you successful. But markets change. They change all the time because people change. Personalities change. Tastes change. I mean, if you think about from real estate, as a real estate investor, I mean, it went from before COVID where people saying, we're never going to buy a house. And now there's no housing inventory at all. Right? And if you think about it, from my perspective, I think it's the individuals who may have been more cautious and more savers and said, why buy a house? And then they look up and it's COVID and they're in an apartment and it's scary. This is my perspective. I try to look at different things of how the market is going and the behaviors that are going on. And, it's like, well, maybe it's time to buy a house. I don't want to be ever stuck in that situation again where I feel like I can't go out of my apartment because I'm scared of catching COVID or being stuck in it. And I can't really go anywhere. I like, if you had a house and you had to have land, I mean, it was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. Especially if you had kids, but if you were in an apartment and you had kids, it was a little bit tougher. And I think that really has pushed people off the sideline who were like, we could just live in an apartment forever. I mean, that's my perspective. So markets, when just saying that markets change because they're different personalities and we're all influenced by different things. So I say to you is that you need to not only learn who you are, but you need to learn how to adapt to who you're not. You need to learn who you are, and you need to learn to adapt to who you aren't. And a lot of times we try to go through this by ourselves, right? We figure everyone, um, we just try to work it out, and we figure no one else has problems and everything is hunky-dory. I know on Instagram, everybody's just doing great, right? But we all are working through problems that we have, and, investing in financially, is just a reflection of the broader things that happen in our lives. Hey, that's it I have for you today. I hope for you, and if you, in your significant other, of course, this is the Mr. Green Family and Finance Show, where I try to give information for you and your family to go to the next level financially. I'd say, look, I'm a part of a great group, Breathe University. If you're looking to get into an organization or a culture that's about taking you and your family to the next level and understanding who you are, it's a great place to join. I had the opportunity to do the DISC profile. It opened up to me a new world in regards to, we all have these perceptions of how life should be, and because we're just trying to live life through a reflection of ourselves. But it's really, there's other people out there that deserve everything that you want also. Like, you can't just live in a bubble, right? So because of these other people are out there, you really need to know who they are and how they operate also. And how can you operate with them? Because a lot of times it's not about you, it's about us. And a lot of us, we just need to get with a group that supports us. And Breathe University has supported me tremendously, help me grow up. We all need to grow up. I don't care how old you are. We all need to grow up in our decision making, because really investing is all about decisions, right? It's about decision to do something, about decisions not to do something. It's about, are we just going to keep what has happened to us in the past and take that into the future, or we're going to get some new information and learn some new things and become a better version of ourselves. So I recommend that to anybody, Breathe University, and to do a DISC assessment. It really will help you out financially. I think it will help you out personally. It's not, everything is not about money, but personally, if you're happy personally, the money, it always follows that. I found out that I come across my best deals when I'm happy, and I'm making decisions. I make better decisions. And that's why we really need to have that deep dive and understand who we are. That's it. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you for your time. I know there's 1,000 things to watch online and listen to. And if you were happen to listen to this, hey, please share it. Share it to somebody. Hopefully it can help somebody. And thank you. Bye-bye.